Cops and robbers, nothing new to the old Pueblo. A game of cat and mouse since the old West days. But now, in the 21st century, the cat has a new mousetrap. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Guy Atchley. Jennifer Waddell has the night off. Everybody likes to see the bad guy get caught, but we don't usually get to see how that happens. Until now, the Pima County Sheriff's Department caught their man and caught the chase on camera southwest of Tucson. In tonight's Night on Your Side Crime Watch, we are getting a first-hand look at the high-tech equipment that made it possible and hear from the officer who took the beer bandit down. Kevin Keene in the newsroom with more on this.
Guy, it started with a low-tech and low-life crime. Deputies say a man with a handgun stole cash, alcohol, and cigarettes from the Circle K on Valencia and Camino de Oeste. They spotted him later and brought out a secret weapon high in the sky.
8,000 to 9,000 feet above Drexel Heights, the Sheriff's Department plane locks on to the man deputies on the ground are chasing. This gray video is from an infrared camera on that plane. We've circled the man's car to make it easier to see as the skilled deputy controlling the camera explains where the suspected robber's headed.
Passing Miller Elementary School, still northbound. The spikes hit him.
The man drives over spike strips on Camino de la Tierra. He eventually stops and gets out. The deputy in the plane stays on him and relays the man's every move.
He is running on foot.
And he couldn't quite make it over the, I would call it an 8 to 10 foot wall. He fell off the wall and I happened to be right there and we had to point our guns at him and he gave up.
Deputy Iverson made the arrest. 28-year-old Julio Martinez is charged with armed robbery, running from law enforcement and drug possession. Iverson says from the armed robbery to Martinez in handcuffs, it all happened in less than an hour.
The airplane was right overhead immediately. I was surprised, actually.
Iverson gives a lot of credit to the camera, this footage, and the crew looking down from above.
Did things go well? Was this a success story that night?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely a success story because had we not had the air unit overhead, I would have known which direction he eventually ran and been able to respond in such a timely manner.
Of course, it wasn't all the plane. There were many officers on the ground before and after the arrest, locking down the neighborhood and hurrying to that original armed robbery. Julio Martinez tonight is in Pima County Jail.
Kevin, how often does the Sheriff's Department use this camera equipment?
It has 2 of these planes with infrared cameras, and at least one of them is up in the air just about every single night.
And it obviously works.